Hey y'all, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel, and today is day 11 of Vlogmas, and today we're going to talk about, in our Advent devotional, the prophecies of timing. Alright y'all, so welcome back to Vlogmas. I hope that you've been enjoying the videos. I say that every day, but I hope you're enjoying them. And today's day 11, and I don't know what the content is for today's video. I'm filming quite a bit tonight, so we'll see what it is. But I want to go ahead and film a couple of, at least day 11 and 12 in the Advent devotionals, so you'll see me in the same shirt, but we're here. So for today, we are reading again, we're reading Star of Wonder by Angela Hunt. It's linked below, but every day I've been kind of going through this and saying kind of the things that have stood out to me, all of that good stuff. So without further ado, let's get into it. So for day 11, it's prophecies of timing. So we're still in the prophecies of Christmas for this. And this starts off with saying, can we know exactly when Jesus was born? We've already mentioned Daniel's prophecy of 70 weeks, which was enough to alert Jewish scholars and Eastern Magi as they looked for the Messiah's coming. Additional clues can help us with our calculations, but choosing a date involves so many ifs, abouts, and conflicting calendars. That's why it's impossible to be definitive. This is what we do know. Now it happened in those days, a decree went out from Caesar Augustus to register all the world's inhabitants. This was the first census taken when, I'm going to butcher this name, but Quirinius was governor of Syria. Luke 2, 1 through 2. I can't say that. We'll say this guy, also known as Cyrenius to the Greeks, was the governor of Cilicia. Names. Y'all know me anyway. Which had been annexed to Syria by the time of Jesus' birth. 10 years later, he was appointed governor of Syria a second time, a fact that causes some scholars to place Jesus' birth at a later date. Augustus ordered 2 censuses during his reign, one in 28 BC and another in 8 BC. Gabriel visited Mary at some point during the later tax enrollment, so Jesus was born after the census was ordered. Matthew tells us that Jesus was born before the death of Herod the Great, which occurred in 4 BC. Josephus tells us that Herod left Jerusalem for Jericho in 5 BC. And never returned to the capital city. Since Herod met with the Magi in Jerusalem, we know Jesus was born before 5 BC, and he may have been up to 2 years old when the Magi arrived. Are you dizzy yet? So it says, yes, I am. Dates, years, you know, I'm not very good with numbers. So anyway, it says, are you dizzy yet? One thing we can know, Jesus was probably not born on December 25th. Luke 2:8 says the shepherds were keeping flocks outside when Jesus was born, and they would have sheltered their flocks in the sheepfold from the months of November through April. They were pregnant with spring lambs during those chilly months and would have needed a protected place in which to give birth. Jerusalem's December temperatures range from 41 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Even more significant is the rain. December's a wet month, average rainfall, 4 to 1 inches. Being cold is one thing, and sheep do wear wool, but being cold and wet is not pleasant for humans or good for newborn lambs. Why then do we celebrate on December 25th? For 300 years after Jesus' resurrection, people did not celebrate Christ's birth at all. Celebrated Easter, which always followed Passover, and January 6th as the day of his baptism. Not until AD 336 was the Feast of the Nativity found on a Roman calendar. She goes through all this stuff with the Pope, and by the early 4th century, Christianity became the official religion of Rome. This holiday that she was talking about became a celebration of Jesus' nativity. The people kept holly and ivy and the candles and the gift giving. And then Christmas refers to Christ's Mass was not used until the late 11th century. I did not know none of this, y'all. When was Jesus born, if not in December? Many believe he was born on the first day of the Feast of the Tabernacles, also known as the Season of Joy. And that is held on the 15th through the 21st of the Jewish month of Tishri, which falls in September or October on our calendar. God established this feast to celebrate the fall harvest and commemorate his protection of the Hebrews during their 40 years of wandering in the wilderness. And that's in Leviticus 23. So she's talking about that feast and everything that looks like, the festivals and all of this. It gets to the end here and it says the word tabernacle can mean to indwell, and John used that imagery to describe the birth of Christ. And the word became flesh and tabernacled among us. We looked upon his glory, the glory of the one and only from the Father, full of grace and truth. John 1:14. This festival continued for 8 days, marked by ceremonies about God's provision, living water, brilliant light, and boundless joy. Do you see pictures and patterns? A moment for wonder. So the actual devotional, we're getting there. God speaks to us through word pictures. When God told Abraham to take his beloved son Isaac to Mount Moriah, he provided us with another picture of what was to come. In Genesis 22, we see Abraham climbing the mountain, gathering wood for a burnt offering, placing the wood on his son's back. The oral Torah says Abraham took the wood and laid it on Isaac in the same way a cross is laid on the shoulders of one about to be crucified. Isaac, the child of promise, asked his father, "Where is the lamb for the burnt offering?" In Hebrew, Abraham replied with these words, "God will provide for himself the lamb for the burnt offering is my son." The usual translation is, "God will provide for himself a lamb for a burnt offering, my son." Yet the same words also tell us that God will provide the lamb, his son. Wow. That's exactly what he did. She said, provide the lamb, comma, his son. Wow. Father, help us remember that when your son arrived is not nearly as important as knowing the joy that his presence brings, joy that is available to all people. Open our eyes to new truths in your word and strengthen our souls to cling to eternal treasures. Thank you for these lessons, the living water, the amazing joy, the brilliant light, because all these things come from you. May they reside within us and spill out unto all those around us at Christmas time and throughout the year. That was very interesting. I don't know a lot about the history of Christmas, to be honest with you guys. I know there's always controversy over it and everything, but for me, I've always just not really focused on the date, but kind of like she says in the end, I just focus on the reason for this season that we celebrate in our world today is for the Lord and just his birth, and we celebrate what actually happened no matter when it happened. And so, yeah, I'm glad she talked about that because I didn't know any of that stuff. And so I did skip over some of that stuff because it was a bit more historical side there. So hopefully that wasn't boring to anybody, but I felt like it was interesting. But I did skip a little bit of it just so I didn't read too much. But yeah, I'll always love the ending here with the prayer and everything. So amen. I absolutely love that. So tomorrow we will talk all about the prophecies for day 12, the prophecies of the Messiah's people. So let's get on to the Advent shenanigans with the hubs. We back.
Day number 11. We are halfway.
I laughed for that last video, but we're here.
Halfway to Christmas, almost. We're halfway. Getting excited.
Day 11.
All right, day number 11.
He's got the Pokemon box. I've got the Harry Potter.
So this one's not a coin. This is another pack, it looks like. So we'll see. Maybe we'll get maybe, I don't know if it is a pack. It might be. I can't remember. I've seen a video on this, but I can't remember everything that's in this now. It's been several.
I don't know anything that's in mine.
Okay, well. These are so hard to get out of. All right. Oh. What is this? Oh, we got some stickers. Okay.
Is it a booklet? Now that's cute.
No, it's like it's a sticker. It's a sticker thing. So let's see what we get.
Oh,
okay.
Oh,
we got a Alolan Vulpix Pikachu.
That is cute.
There you go, guys. Everybody knows Pikachu. So
little man will love that.
We finally got a Pikachu.
Just don't let him have it on the hardwood floors.
No, I'm not even gonna unstick this. I'm literally just gonna keep it somewhere. I'm not gonna because I don't have anything to put stickers on.
Yeah.
But even the Christmas stuff, you can do like a little ornament.
That's cute.
So some of the ornaments are stickers. So that's cool.
I like that.
So in case you missed it, this guy on the sticker right here, that's this guy on the coin.
Oh, okay.
That's this guy on the coin. I'm not sure of the Pokemon. Look, you can't see his face.
All right, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Now Amanda's up.
Day 11 is another small little to-do here. It's like little present box.
Ooh.
We'll see. Probably a stamp, sticker.
It's like, if it's another button.
It better be better than that last one.
It better be like.
Well, that one going in the trash. That's weird.
Is that a button?
I think it's a coin.
No way. Is it a keep? Oh, it's a coin. Amanda's
Did you
right.
just hear that? Oh.
Yeah. Anyways, let me see it. Oh, it's a plastic coin. I thought it was a metal
Oh.
coin. Oh man, that'd be cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, they didn't give us a metal coin. It's a plastic coin.
Okay,
but,
they keep it
so
out.
this is like.
Is it a dragon?
Yeah, this is the. Is this where the goblins or the?
Honey, I don't know.
This is where they. This is their currency, right?
Oh, is it a Gringotts?
It's probably the Gringotts coins. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So, anyways, I'm sure that's what that is.
All right.
Cool.
That's cool.
So that was day number 11.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all tomorrow with day 12.
Bye.
So let's talk about the 2024 reading goals. I have several goals on my list. Y'all seen a sneak peek of these in my reading journal flip through. I added a couple notes here to talk about additionally with like some series I want to finish up, all of that stuff. But without further ado, let's get into it. This should be pretty quick. Should be. We'll see. So the first on my list, I want to read 100 books. And this last year, I have read well over that. And so I never want to put pressure on myself in a year. So usually it's under that, but I just naturally find myself listening to that many audiobooks. I don't know what it is. You know, I've always got audiobooks going somewhere, speakers, headphones, one earbud in, whatever I'm doing. So I feel like that will just naturally happen. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's fine. You know, life can happen. It's totally fine. But that's just a goal that I have for the year. This year it was 75 and I surpassed that. So I moved it up to 100. And out of that 100 books, this year I had a goal to read some nonfiction and classics. But I had 10 of each. And I found that to be a little hard on myself because I mood read, you know. Like I pick a TBR and I generally do stick to it. But my TBR is like a mood read in itself, if that makes sense. I'm like, what do I think I want to read for the month? And it never gravitates towards the classics. Hardly do I gravitate towards the nonfiction. And so for that, I've only said I want to read 5 nonfiction, which I think I could do, and 5 classics. Now, the nonfiction could be general nonfiction or Christian nonfiction, devotionals, whatever. But yeah, that's what I've decided to do for this time. It's just to cut it down from 10 to 5 each. And you kind of saw that in my journal flip through as well. I had like 5 and 5 on my little printouts for the year. And I always set a goal to read a certain number of books from my shelves. This year, I can't remember if it was 40, 50, 60, something like that. But I think it was 40. Yeah. And I definitely did that. Definitely more than that. But I try to do that as a goal to try to encourage me to read what I own, whether that's listening, an ebook, or the physical copy. I own it. It needs to get read. And so for me, this year, I'm saying I want to read 50 owned books. Out of all my shelves, I want to read 50 books. By the way, ignore my shelves. I'm trying to get this, like, start getting this ready for the bookshelf tour. And so I'm having to, like, reorganize everything. So I'm probably going to have to do a lot of up and down. Okay, because space. Okay, you get a lot more space when you do that. It's not that aesthetically pleasing, but we here. So anyway, the next goal is I want to read 5 Audible only owned. So I say that because your girls had Audible subscription for a really long time. I will, you know, cancel it for several months and then I add it back when they have like a deal or something for free for 3 months or 99 cents for 3 months, whatever. You know, I've done it for a year one time, got 12 credits, all that stuff. So yeah, I have a lot on my Audible library, maybe 200 titles or more. So I want to try to pick 5 of those audiobooks because I forget about my Audible collection. I don't know what it is. I forget to go on there and pick it. You know, I'm always using the library, Libby, Hoopla, whatever. Scribd, I do have a, which is called Everend now, but Scribd, y'all know what it is. I subscribe to that as well, and I don't know what it is. So anyway, I can get the audiobook, I'm trying. And yeah, Audible, I want to make sure that I'm consuming the content that I purchased. So I've just decided to not be hard on myself again, but just pick 5 for the year and get those read as well. Knock those out. Editing Amanda here. I forgot to mention that I also want to read 5 Kindle only owned books this next year. I have so many books on my Kindle, so just going to try to prioritize 5, not that many, but 5 Kindle only owned books. So as soon as I actually got done with that video, I'm calling it editing, Amanda. It's the same night. But I am changing my shirt so I can film my Bible reading wrap up for the year. Just so I have a different shirt on. You know, we all do that, right? I'm just saying. Sometimes I don't, but for this I am because it's every day. So anyway, yeah, that's something I forgot. I was like, I knew I forgot something, but yeah, I have actually went through my Kindle and I deleted a lot of the old secular stuff. You can actually delete those if you didn't know that. So I was able to do that and cut down, put everything in collections. It's a whole thing. And so now I should only have clean or Christian fiction on my Kindle, with maybe some like young adult fantasy stuff. I'm like, that was fine to keep, that I don't really care about. But yeah, so for the most part, I think I have like 500 to 600 Kindle books now, versus I had like 700, 800 before, and I deleted a bunch. So yeah, I've got 5. I just want to read 5 for the year. Like, just try to pick 5 that I own only on Kindle and see if I can get it read. So yeah, back to the video. And then I've got, I want to continue the Southern Charm readathon, okay? So we will be doing that again in May. I don't know if I'll have the same prompts or different ones. It was kind of tough to pick those prompts, I ain't gonna lie. And those were just some really great prompts. I feel like I may just fine tune them. We'll see. I'll talk to my friends about it and see what they think. But we're definitely going to be coming back this year for it. And I'm just really excited about it. So yeah, I know a lot of you all had a lot of fun last year with that. And I just really appreciate all of your support. And May is always a good time for me to do that, just because my birthday month, and usually take a little bit of time off. It's one of my favorite months of the year. It's really nice outside, all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm definitely going to continue that this year. And then I'm going to continue my reading journal. So I have this notebook here. If you've not seen the reading journal flip through, I will link it. It's in the Vlogmas videos. I think it was day 8. And I don't even know what day this is for when I'm filming this right now. Maybe 11 or 12. I don't really know yet. I'm trying to get some stuff out pre-film right now. But this journal is just from Dayspring. And I have some pages left in here. So I think I can get through 2024 with this one. And so then, and without having to like go through a whole new book binder, and that way I can kind of flip back through and see what I read over the last year, and that helps with it being pretty recent. Then I want to continue, this is more of like faith and prayer goals, so I kind of lump everything together of like faith, channel goals, and you know, series I want to read, all that stuff. I'm going to do a whole separate video on new authors that I want to read for this year. So that will be coming, because I have a lot of authors on my shelves that I've never read before. I kind of did that last year, so I don't know if I'll do that for Vlogmas or for January. I had it for Vlogmas. We'll just see how it goes, if I have any other things that come up. But well, that will be coming. And I read a lot of new authors this year, and so I'm just going to continue that into the next year. But for right now, continuing the faith prayer journal. And I have a prayer journal where I have not been as consistent. That was one of my goals for the year, for my faith goals. And, you know, we'll talk more about that in the wrap of the goals. But I want to just do that more with consistency. I kind of got back into it here and there and just didn't fully do what I wanted to do with it. Even if it's just like, maybe I just need to do a notebook that just says, you know, prayers, and it's like something as simple as just a standard notebook, and you open it up and write stuff down without it having to be some fancy binder or something, you know, that you have to pull out and make sure, you know, because a lot of times when people say they're asking for prayers, I don't remember, and so I need to write things down, because I want to pray for people and be more intentional with my prayers, and I always just don't seem to get there, you know. I always seem to like, oh, things have slipped my mind. Oh, I meant to pray for that, you know, that kind of thing. And so I want to try to do more of that. And as far as like a faith journal, I think I do have a faith planner that I've been in and out of a little bit. So I kind of did a few weeks here and there. It's undated, so I like that because it doesn't tie me down for when I'm really busy during the week. But, you know, when I've been doing my Bible reading, I've been filling that out and putting some stickers in and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to continue that. And Then for Bible reading, okay, so this year I had a goal to read the whole Bible. That it wasn't happening. Like, I just didn't see me getting there. What ended up happening, and I'll do a separate video, I'm going to film that tonight as well, on my Bible reading wrap-up for the year. I've read a lot of books of the Bible this year, and you know, it's been a success for me, I feel like, because of everything that the Lord's been teaching me this year. I think every year he teaches us something different. But I do want to just make dedicated time to read each month between 1 to 2 books of the Bible each month. If it's a longer book, that's fine to have the 1, but if they're shorter, I'd like to read 2. So that's kind of my intentionalness there. And I have a whole, I think I did show this in my what am I saying, my reading journal, and it shows just all the books of the Bible that I have and haven't read. I have a little sheet here where I've been marking and highlighting everything that I've been reading so far in the Bible. So I've got a lot marked off. I just need to continue on and try to get everything done. So yeah, that way I can say, hey, I have read the entire Bible. It's just maybe not front to back at the same time in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, those are my immediate goals as far as that goes. Just some things that are on my mind as far as like my channel and just reading in general. I said this last year and it didn't happen. I still need to figure out balance in my family life, work life, reading, friends, like all these different things, you know, and hobbies, things I like to do without feeling like I have to do it all. I've got to figure that out for, you know, and I'm going to be 34 and I still ain't figured it out, y'all. And I think that for me, you know, I was good with the 2 videos a week that I was doing in October. I know y'all are always so great whenever I say I need to take breaks and things. So I think I need to take more breaks. I think I need to rest more when I need to. Vlogmas has been fun, but it is a lot. So I definitely think at the end of this month, after Vlogmas is done, I am going to take a little break off of YouTube, maybe for a week, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. Just start back the new year after Christmas. But either way, I don't know. I say that and then I don't. But I really think I need to. And I know you all are great about that. So at least maybe 1 week I'll take off and not worry about what's up, what's not. You know, I'll still need to kind of work on some things for January, but it'll just happen when it happens because I need to just rest. And I'm not taking any time off work or anything at the end of the year. It's going to be definitely a busy week. Got lots of contract type things that are expiring at the end of the year for where I work. So, like, I'm trying to work through that. And so I'm just really busy the last week of the year. So I'm just not going to worry about YouTube the last week of the year for me after Christmas. So probably I might have something on the day of Christmas just saying Merry Christmas or something like that, but or maybe I'll do like a little bonus thing. I don't know what I'll do, but yeah, I've got 10 videos filmed so far. Today is December the 2nd, and so I'm trying to just get all this done. But I think next year for Vlogmas, still talking about goals, I'm all over the place with this now. This is chatty. But I think next year for Vlogmas, I'm going to only do 12 videos like I did last year. Because, let me get a drink. Because it was so much more manageable and I did not feel as stressed. So when things start to stress you out, and I know y'all would be like, Amanda, go ahead. You don't have to do 24 videos now. I know some of y'all have said that to me, but I want to. You know, the Hubs, he's the reason I did this because he was like, I want to do this. And he was just so sweet to, you know, want to be involved and we can make it happen kind of thing. You know, it's fine. We've just had a lot of fun and it's okay. But I do think next year I'm going to take it easy with that. And then for just like ARC reading, big step back. Like, my dad got like 15 books on it right now. And I've got to get those done. And then after that, I'm literally going to say maybe 1 or 2. Like, I keep getting 6 at a time. What am I doing? There's just been a lot of great books that come out. And then you're like, the pressure to try to read the new books and all that stuff. Like, oh, it's tough. So come March or so, when it's all over with, only like must reads. That was a goal for this year. I said I was only going to read ARCs for must reads. And I did that for the most part until now. That was like, uh-oh, January, February come and all the new releases. And I'm like, ooh, add, because it's like, especially when you're like auto-approved, you can just click read it. You don't even have to ask. It's like, I'm at 15. So, not good. So, I've got to just, I've got to stop doing that, you know, because now I'm like, uh-oh, I got all these I got to read. And then that defeats the purpose of reading the books that you already own. And it's this vicious cycle of stress. And I want to support new authors, but I can do that by pre-ordering and then reading when I can get to it. You know what I'm saying? As well, without feeling like I have to do it on release day, or I could just post it, tell you all about the new releases. I'm going to do a video on that as well tonight. And you all know about it, links and all that stuff. So that's supporting authors as well without having to feel pressure to read. So yeah, I don't know. Just, that is something I've got to do better about, is really thinking about arcs and like, is that really what I want to read right now? Is it really? Or am I just trying to FOMO? Am I just having FOMO? Okay? Because it's this vicious cycle, like I said, you know? So anyway, that's one thing. And then my channel, like I said, I'll be taking breaks, but I think I'm going to stick to that 2 videos a week thing. That's worked out really well. Sometimes you might get a bonus video here or there, like a vlog or something. But, you know, I've been doing this for 2 years in February, and there's almost 2,000 people, and we just have built this great community here on Christian BookTube, and I love you guys so, so much. But, you know, I really want to make sure I'm prioritizing other things in real life, and just making sure that I'm not idolizing it, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't want books or my channel or any of that stuff to become more of like an idolization or anything like that. And sometimes you can find yourself falling into that trap. The enemy wants us to be focused on other things outside of the Lord. Anything that we put above the Lord is an idol. And, you know, I need to balance my time. And I mean, that's just full transparency. You know, I think it's okay to love books and read a lot of books and enjoy life, right? You know, but there is also too much of doing those things. And when you are reading 15 books in a month, but then you don't pick up your Bible, that's a problem. And so, for me anyway. And so that's why this thing right here, I want to prioritize 1 to 2 books of the Bible a month, and more prayer and those sort of things. And so I'm just putting this out here. I'm putting this on here so I can go back to this video later and remind myself, okay, Amanda, that's what you said, okay? I didn't write these things down yet, but those are the things on my mind of like to do better, you know? And, you know, it's okay. I know a lot of you all, like I said, will be very supportive, and, you know, I'm not going nowhere, but there may not be as much content as there has been. Like, I know one month I was doing 3 videos a week for a long time, and, you know, there still may be, but, you know, I may cut back a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. I need to, like, step back, give myself some grace and all this stuff, and focus on my son and my family, and myself, and just, like, the things that need to be done, you know, with health and in the house. Just, like, oh, you know, trying to get everything cleaned up, honey, you know, talking about, like, toddler mom life. It's just all the time, and I think that sometimes I allow the books to just be too much of an escape at times, and I need to remind myself of my purpose for the Lord and my family versus getting all these books read, right? So that was a full honest moment. And yeah, as far as any other goals for this year, I don't know. I just want to like chill, you know? I just want to read what I want to read. DNF when I don't like something. It's gone. Yeet it. It's gone. If it's not something I'm enjoying, it's gonna be gone. And just only, you know, just not being so stressed about things. And now I'm going to move into some book series I want to read for 2024. I said I would read Narnia for this year, and I didn't. I only read a couple of the books this year. I read 2. What am I saying? I read 2 of them. And so I just need to read Prince Caspian, The Voyage of the Dawn Trader, The Silver Chair, and The Last Battle. So 4 are left in my box set. So I will read those in 2024. Not going to push myself to read them now. I am going to try to get back into my fantasy bag, okay? And because I read about every little thing. I'm just like, I read all types of genres. And secular fantasy and Christian fantasy, I try to dive into sometimes, okay? And so I did really enjoy. Christy over Christy Purple Library loves this trilogy. And it is by Robin Hobb. It's the Farseer trilogy. And it's all about Fitz. And so I read book 1, loved it. And now I need to get back into this series. So book 2 is, I want to say, Royal Assassin. Does it say? I think so. Anyway, yep, book 2. Duh, man, it's on the front. So yeah, and then book 3 is Assassin's Quest. And Chrissy always calls it the Hobb effect. And so I've been here listening to all her spoiler-free reviews, and I need to know. And so this is a goal for me in 2024 to dive into this. I need to be held accountable because I kept saying I was going to read it, and I never did. So there we go. There's that. Now, Brando Sando. Okay, now. Y'all gonna be like, Amanda, what is it? What are you doing? So I own these UK covers, but like every time I pick this up of Mistborn, I have the whole trilogy. Every time I pick this up, I'm like, this is like, I'm about to break the spine. I don't want to like damage it. I want to annotate all these things. You know, I really want to like dive into this because I've heard it's so beloved, and I have enjoyed like what's it called? Way something. No way. Warbreaker. Honey, my brain. I'm trying to say Waymaker. That's a song, Amanda. Warbreaker. I did read it. And I've read some of the Skyward books in that series. And this is the Mistborn trilogy. And I know there's like 2 different parts to this, but this is like I have the first 3 books basically. And so I kept saying I was going to read it. Every time I tried to read it, I was like, I need to mark this up. You know, I really need to mark this up. I say that because did I get the whole trilogy in a recent Bezos haul? Yes, it's not come out yet. My Amazon Black Friday deal, but they had like buy 2 get 1 free. I couldn't pass it up. And it's the floppy paperbacks, y'all. Like they lay, okay? And so I can annotate to this, and really, I actually like these US covers, these new ones they've done. So yeah, I'm going to annotate it. I may buddy read these with some of my girls. I don't know. We've been talking about buddy reading it next year, so we'll see. But we're here. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get it done. So that's a goal. And as far as any other series, I know I've got a lot of like new authors I want to read more Francine, and, you know, get some of these trilogies completed that I own and I ain't even read the first book. Okay? Like the whole Life Flight thing, whatever that is. What is the series called? I don't even know what it's called. Extreme Measures. Look, I got all 4 books. I ain't read the first one. Honey, I kept saying I was going to read book 1. Never happened. So, yeah, I've got just some of the things, the thoughts on my mind right now about it. But we here. So, those are kind of some of my goals for 2024. You know, things are always subject to change depending on what's going on in your life. But just some of my honest thoughts about reading, reviewing books, and trying to take steps back and just really be intentional and not be in a rat race to the finish, because it is so just crazy out there, and the comparison trap. The enemy wants us to be comparing ourselves to everyone, and we don't need to be doing that, okay? Let's not be doing that in 2024. Let's not be doing that now, because if you read 1 book, you're a reader, and I don't need to be worrying about how many books I'm reading every month, you know? It's nice to have that goal of 100. If I don't meet it, it's fine. You know, it doesn't matter. I can always read more later. So, just some thoughts. And like I said, I naturally read quite a bit because of audiobooks. But again, life will be lifing, and there'll be months I don't read that many, and that's okay too. This video, let me know some of your goals for 2024. I'm definitely going to participate in more reading challenges and everything for the year. Anything that comes up, definitely going to try to participate. But again, life be lifing, may not, may not. So we'll see. In that, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye, y'all.